While technically not a filter, using Photoshop's posterize adjustment layer is an easy way to limit the number of colors in an image in order to create a more graphic or painterly look, like many of the filters do. At the bottom of the Layers panel, I'm going to click on the Adjustment Layer icon and add the Posterize Adjustment Layer. I'll set the levels to 4, but we can see in the image area that the photograph still has additional colors. In fact, there are 16 colors, and that's because when Photoshop posterizes, it does it on a per channel basis. So if I really want to limit this to 4 colors, I'm going to need to insert a black and white adjustment layer. I'll click on the background and then choose black and white, and that will place it in between the background and the posterize layer. Now I really am limited to 4 values, and I can use the on-screen adjustment to click anywhere in my image and drag left or right to select a color range and adjust the way that a color range is converted to grayscale. In this case, I'm going to lighten it up like this. And of course, you don't have to use the on-screen adjustment. We can come in here and we can make changes by just moving the sliders. Now, in order to add color, I'm going to add a gradient map adjustment layer, but I need to add it above the posterized layer. So I'll select it, and then from the bottom of the Layers panel, I'll choose Gradient Map. Because my background and foreground colors were black to white, that's the color of the gradient. But to make changes, I can click anywhere inside of the gradient. That brings up the gradient editor. I'm going to want to add 2 additional stops, so I can just click underneath the gradient in order to add those stops. Then I can double click on them in order to change the stops. I'm going to change the color to blue, and for the first one, I'll probably want the brightness to be somewhere around 33%. And I just personally like a more desaturated palette, so I'm going to select that color. And now I'll change the color for the next stop by double clicking on it. I'll select a blue color. This time I'm going to want it a bit lighter, somewhere in the brightness range of about 66%. When I'm happy with the color, I'll click OK. And then if I thought I wanted to use this gradient again, I could give it a name, click New, and then OK. If there are areas that you want to make changes to, we can select those and then add a curves adjustment layer in order to change where those values fall and how the values are posterized. So I'll tap L to select the lasso tool, but then I'm going to need to select the regular lasso tool and just draw a loose selection around this foliage in the foreground. Then I'll add a curves adjustment layer. And as I make adjustments to the curves, we can see that I can darken down that area or lighten it up in order to make it fall in different ranges of the posterization. It's got a harsh edge on it, so I'll switch to the mask icon and then increase the feather just to soften that up a bit. I've brightened the area on the right side a little too much, so I'll tap B to select the brush, use the bright bracket in order to get a little bit larger of a brush, and just paint with black in order to hide it in that area. So there you go, an easy way to add a cool posterized effect to make your image look much more illustrative in a flexible and controlled manner.